Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome back. It's Ninth Gear Broadcasting, and we're back at it again here on this late Sunday afternoon with another CMS Truck Series. And Kevin, I'm excited. We are out here at Kentucky this afternoon, and we are in for a treat. How you doing this afternoon?
Man, I'm doing awesome. It's a brand new season. It's a fresh start for these drivers. There's no points on the table, and we're at Kentucky. I mean, this night couldn't get any better, Luke.
I have to agree with you, Kevin. And we got a strong field out here on the night. I'm currently reading 28 drivers out here, Kevin. I don't know if that stands. I believe one of them might be RC. Either way, we see the guys getting ready to take off out of pit exit right now. You want to go and get this grid rolling? I know you got that sent over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. How about Alex Penn on the pole out here tonight at Kentucky with AJ Benish on his outside? Both of them look super fast in practice and qualifying. Second row is going to be Chris Hudson and Axel Smith. Third row is going to be Tyler Vickery and Connor Patton. Drew Lidke and David DeSilva, Brian Shabelsky and Jeff Schmeier, Logan Gill and Asher Little, Dennis the Janitor Pitzenberger and Nick Donati, Brett Stevens and Tim Collier, Jay Dargert and Anthony James, Scotty Lanning and Ray Partridge, Curtis Jennings and Keith Hovd, Guillermo Siguenza and Scott Kukas, Tommy Mitchell and Miguel Colon, Jackie Richard and Cameron Stroop rounding out your 28 car field out here tonight, Luke.
And like I said, it's a large field out here tonight, Kevin. It's not the largest track out here, to my experience. What's your knowledge on Kentucky out here?
Yeah, I was able to go and do the practice sessions out there and get some info, go watch the guys out there race on Friday, and I can tell you one thing, Luke, it is a tire battle. These guys are going to be battling their tires this whole race, and it's going to be a lot of different strategies being played out as the pace car is coming in for the first time of the third season of 2025 with the Champion Motorsports Sunday trucks. Here we go. Green flag is in the air, and we're racing.
And how about Alex Penn with the jump out here to start this thing off?
Yeah, good start for the 30 of Alex Penn as he goes low. He's clear of everybody as of right now. AJ Benish looking at to take it back, and Axel Smith following him. All three of them in the front three are moving out here, Luke.
And these guys are about up to speed by now. Currently showing running about 175 through these turns before entering the backstretch. Reaching up to about 185 down the backstretch, I want to say. So definitely getting up some serious speeds.
Yeah, these trucks are kicking out here tonight. See, AJ Benish holding the lead now with Axel Smith following him. Alex Penn had it briefly, but he fell back a couple positions there on lap 2. A lot of fighting going on throughout the field, but we're also seeing a lot of just filing in, guys taking it easy. We're on lap 3 of 150. Plenty of racing left.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No real reason to test it too early out here, in my opinion, Kevin. But definitely getting up ahead of some of these other drivers. Maybe not the worst idea in the world out here.
West Desert Wheeler, great to see you again for another season. We're super excited. I know you're probably rooting for your man out here. He's in 4th position. Connor Patton looking strong out here. Won the practice race on Friday.
Chevy's currently dominating your top 3 right now in the moment. Ford and a Toyota behind them to round out the top 5. But they're all keeping it pretty close so far right now. We see a little bit of a gap forming between 2nd and 3rd place right now. Connor Patton starting to look at the outside of Alex Penn now.
Yeah, and AJ Benish picking up where he left off last season, Luke, and that's leading laps. We know he has the ability to lead the laps out here, and we know he has the ability to close. But it's a new season, and we're only 6 laps into this thing, so it's going to be interesting to see what these drivers can make happen.
I have to agree, Kevin, and AJ Benish definitely continuing where he left off out here at the end of last season. He's keeping the distance out here from the rest of the drivers, but Axel Smith still keeping him in his crosshairs. Man.
A far FOV on the 87 car.
A little bit. I'm not sure if that's me or if that's a... I'm hoping that's just a me thing due to a new monitor setup, but we'll... Oh, boy. And look at the glare of that sun going into turn 4.
Absolutely.
Ooh. Yeah, definitely a lot of new drivers, Jay.
Let's see if we can find some battles throughout the field out here. I know there's a lot of single filed out, but we see right there
Logan Gill.
23 of Logan Gill looking on the inside there of Nick Donati. He's going to be able to make the pass.
David De Silva making a move on the, I believe, the 50 or 86, I believe, with Brett Stevens. Yeah. Very single file throughout the rest of that field.
Yeah, and Axel Smith has been able to keep it pretty tight on AJ Benish up there for the lead. They're running, I mean, just about 0.3 of a second off of each other, whereas the rest of the field's starting to fall off a little bit here early.
Yeah, pulling up our map up here, you just get a feel for what this field actually looks like out here on the track, and you can see that the back half of the pack's kind of broken up a little bit. A couple of the guys have maybe lost speed here. I see the 29 of Scotty Lanning, Cameron Stroop back there at the back of the back group. A couple other guys back there as well. But Axel Smith not wanting to lose sight of AJ Benish early.
No, not at all. I mean, he's just following in his footsteps. They seem to be taking a similar line out here. Right there, we see Axel a little bit higher. It's all going to come down to how these guys are, you know, managing those tires, what type of strategy they plan to be on, and ultimately, you know, can they keep their car clean and can they play the right game? Because we probably will see cautions out here tonight, Luke.
And you know, my opinion, Kevin, I think the advantage in that kind of situation goes to the guy sitting in P2 right now. You get to kind of dictate what line you take depending on what the guy sitting in P1 does. You know, maybe take it just a little bit higher, save a little more tire. You know, just gives you more options to kind of, you know, gauge the guy in front of you.
Yeah, great question, West Desert Wheeler. The fuel gauge is about 51 laps, so in theory, these guys could make it on a 2-stop. Now, I was hearing, you know, some chat that some of the guys were thinking about maybe going short, since they have 4 sets of tires out here. You're going like 38 laps-ish, and just going fresh set of tires every time, because there is a huge fall-off from fresh tires to super, super old tires. So, in theory, they could make it on 2 pit stops, but we'll see what these drivers decide to do.
Right now, AJ Benish, he's definitely led the most laps out here so far, Kevin, and the field's struggling to keep up.
Yeah, absolutely. We see a little bit of a battle going on here between Anthony James.
The janitor's up there in front of him now.
The janitor for the 17th position, so, you know,
Oh,
just because they're on the front doesn't mean it's not hard racing.
Anthony James bumping around into the wall.
Yeah, and that was a dangerous, and I'm sure the 9 car was very scared about that one.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's going to give him a little bit of an opportunity to maybe catch up to him a little bit here.
And as you see on the map in the top right, these drivers are already starting to spread apart. I mean, there's a little draft aspect, but it doesn't matter enough to make a difference as far as keeping the pack together. We're going to see some split cars, and if we see enough laps, we're definitely going to see some lap traffic out here. Connor Patton now closing in on Alex Penn. It seems like the fall off has reached everybody but AJ Benish, as Axel Smith now struggling to hang on to that second position as Alex
Oh,
Penn
looking for the inside. He's going to have
looks to
it.
the inside, and they are side by side right now. He's not going to quite clear him, though, and here comes the speed out of the exit, and it's just not there for Axel Smith. As they both send it back into turns 3 and 4.
Look at Connor Patton. He's looking in there as well. He's not far off of him.
Yeah, and the clear is going to be made
Ooh.
by Alex Penn, but Axel Smith is not giving up yet. He's right there on the tail. Connor Patton's right there on the tail of him, and we have a hot race now for second position.
Yeah, that we do, and they're racing hard out here. Going down the back stretch. Alex Penn leading that group away.
Yeah, and this is exactly what the 5 car of AJ Benish wants to see in his rear view. These guys fighting each other, and it is just expanding that lead quick for him.
Jay Benish now with over a 1.5-second lead now on second place.
Yeah, and they're all back there. They kind of stopped fighting each other for it, as Alex Penn has some distance between him and Connor Patton. But both of them were able to get around Axel Smith, which is going to force him back to the 4th position. And someone who we haven't talked about too much, Chris Hudson, now looking for that position as he's sitting 5th and defending his championship from last season.
Just about to say, talk about another face from last season, the champion from last race, the guy that put on the showstopper. He's really looking to perform out here, I imagine, in the first race. Probably try to carry a little momentum from his success last season, and it's going to be interesting to see what he does out here early on in his Toyota out here to start, I believe, lap 21. Asher Little and Nick Donati side by side right now, door to door. Oh, we see smoke on the exit there, but everyone seems to hold it together.
Yeah, and hold it together they do, but that's going to cause a little speed loss for both the lines there, as that was close one, 23 and the 85 of Logan Gill and Brian Shabelsky both battling hard now. Nick Donati wants in on some of the action as he's moving his way up towards it on the outside line.
Oh, we're hearing where the Stroop was off track there for a second. Regardless, not enough to warrant a caution, and we're still green out here. AJ Benish now closing in on a 2-second lead now from the guy in second place, and he's really starting to put up some time now.
Yeah, and this is what he does best. These long runs, he knows the exact medium between, running it as hard as you can and saving those tires. And right now he's putting on a performance with Alex Penn being second back on him, about 2 seconds back. Yeah, and Luke, I tried to get a little read on what happened to Stroop there. It looks like maybe some internet issues. He was blinking out on my end when I was trying to figure out what was going on, so you never know. But a big battle still going on between Tim Collier, Dennis Pitzenbarger, the 9 of Keith Avdi, the 11 of Tim Collier. They're all, more pack racing than anybody else around the track, just trying to get 1 or 2 positions off of each other out here.
Yeah, and that's at third group I want to say back there from the leaders. You see that group right now fighting pretty hard, being led by, I believe, Miguel Colon. You see that second group, or the third group right there, led by, what is that, the 85 of Brian Zabelski. Then you have the main lead pack up there, led by Alex Penn, and then AJ Benish still running away over 2 seconds ahead in the lead. Definitely, like you said, a lot of spread out racing out here so far.
Yeah, and look, we're at that point in the race now where every single car is single file. Some of these guys are going to show their hand here soon on what that strategy is going to be. I mean, it's got to be a split decision. I think some of the guys we're going to see come in around 40-ish, 38, 40-ish. Some of the guys we're going to see try to push that 51, 52 fuel window. I think it's going to be interesting to see who does what out here.
Yeah, no doubt, especially if we stay green like this.
Yeah, and look, while we're all single file, I think there's no better time than to thank our sponsor for the evening, Rock Pirates RC. Rock Pirates RC is a company that makes high quality, made in the USA aftermarket performance parts for your Axial, Element, Vanquish, Traxxas, and Red Cat radio controlled rock crawlers. Visit them today at www.rockpiratesrc.com and find them at Rock Pirates RC on all socials. You ever been able to get into the rock crawling hobby, Luke?
Yeah, Kevin, I want to say the closest thing I got to it was my Walmart RC car that I think I spent about $30 on when I was about 12 years old. It broke
Yeah.
after the first couple days of operation, and I tell you what, I did on a couple occasions look at some really fancy ones on some websites.
I was gonna say, I'll tell
Saw
you
how
what,
crazy expensive they were.
Rock Pirates would blow the socks off your Walmart, I don't want to say junk, but probably junk.
Oh yeah.
This is a high quality, made in the US of A product, Luke. Regardless, we still have AJ Benish out here leading this thing, but the gap is about stayed the same, give or take about 2 seconds. Connor Patton, speak of the devil, running in third on about the same gap as he was as well. I mean, we're not seeing too much movement out here. When we're seeing a little bit of a battle towards the back between the 23 car of Logan Gill and Asher Little. They are running each other very tight. And then right behind them, Jay Darger and Ray Partridge trying to make it happen. They're side by side. Asher barely getting clear of that. Regardless, it looks like Gill's going to be able to fend him off and keep his lead of the 4 people. We're now 35 laps into this one, Luke, and I'd imagine it's not crazy to say we'll see a pit coming soon.
It's getting close to that time now. A lot of these guys going to have to start making their decisions here soon.
A little bit of bumping going on, a little bit of side drafting going on. Asher Little on the outside there of Jay Dargert now. And they're all going a little bunched up there into the turns, keeping it clean though. I know these tires are probably starting to scream a little, Luke.
Oh yeah, no doubt, Kevin. And they're starting to all file in now, getting their positions ready. I imagine that back group's probably going to be trying to pit here soon.
Still an intense battle going on. Jay Dargert trying to get clear of Asher Little. Ooh. Look, can we take a look at the battle between the 87 and the 1? We just saw a little bit of contact there. A little bit of running each other up into the wall. This battle might not quite be over. As Tim Collier now looking to make his way through season opening on the outside. And Logan Gill's going to be the first taker on pit lane as he's going to come in and do that little, oh, and he's going to go sideways. And he wipes out on his way into the pits. Swings it around fairly quickly and fairly seamlessly, but that's going to kill a lot of his time. Hopefully a penalty wasn't involved in that. I don't know if it was considered unsafe, but I wouldn't imagine so, being as he was pretty slow going into it. Definitely a ballsy move, and that's going to set the tone here. As I'd imagine a couple of the other guys are going to start pitting in very slowly but very surely. Just, because they know someone else is on the same strategy, and that's all it takes sometimes, as we see Asher Little coming in now. AJ Benish, your leader, is going to run it long, though. On 42 of 150 now. And the gap is closed a little bit for Alex Penn. As he's, right there at that 2-minute mark still, but about a tenth picked up in the past few laps. As we see some more takers on the pits now. Scotty Lanning coming on in. Question is, who's going to be the first taker of those guys up in the top 5, Benish, Penn, Hudson, Patton, and Vickery. It's really going to set the tone when one of these guys that are one of the front runners comes into pit. I know if you're the leader, you kind of just want to wait it out and see what the guys behind you do first. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Benish goes another 6 or 7 laps to secure that 2 pit stop strategy availability.
And he's definitely sitting in a pretty spot right now, but catching up on a lap car. I would like to point out, I believe that is the... Who is that? I think it's Anthony James. No? Yeah.
Yeah. Catching up on Anthony James out here. Next to go is going to be Guillermo Siguenza, so he's going to try to hold on to his lap as well. But I think James is about good as caught here.
He's going to go high for him there back in that turn, let him by. Good move for him. Alex Penn, though, chewing up some time.
Yeah, slowly but surely knocking some off on the long run here. It's interesting to see that, you know, he might have that potential for a long run better vehicle out here. AJ Benish, though, still has some wiggle room. I'd imagine one of them is going to opt towards a pit here soon. What a clean race so far, Luke. I mean, beginning of the season, I was talking about how we might have some early season jitters, might get some cautions early, and we've ran green all the way through.
Yeah, you got to be at least appreciative of that, Kevin. I mean, a lot of new faces out here, and it's still been clean all the way through. No major incidents, knock on wood, so far. And we're approaching the 50 lap marker of this thing, so we've turned made quite a few left turns out here so far tonight, Kevin, and they've been clean out here for the most part.
Almost a spin as Asher Little comes into the pits with his tires screaming and blowing smoke everywhere, but makes it in safely. Gets down to that 45-mile-per-hour speed limit with his teammate, Axel Smith.
Tommy Mitchell, Scott Kukas, Asher Little, and Axel Smith all currently in the pits right now, and a lot of the guys opting to stay out here for quite some time. Tim Collier now making his way in.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just insane to see the speed differences on some of these vehicles that have taken the tires and that haven't. I mean, I think at this point, for those that have stayed out, their strategy out here is going to be, you know, hopefully taking it to a two stop night if it stays green.
Chris Hudson, Drew Lidke in the pits now. And here comes your leader, AJ Benish, going in. Alex Penn opting to stay out, and so are the rest of the guys. We see a couple filing in back there behind him. That's going to leave the lead now to Alex Penn. Got a lap car behind him. Now the question is, do you come in next lap, or do you go out there and put up some more?
Yeah, and they don't have much more on these fuel tanks, Luke. So I'd imagine we're gonna see more on this lap. We're gonna see a couple more on the lap after that, and the next thing you know, we're gonna be cycled.
Yep, we're about all the way through out here, and the question is, when is Alex Penn going to make his way in? He is opting to run a lap out here after AJ Benish made his way in.
Good to see you, EA Supreme.
And here he comes.
Luke.
Yep, there it is. Making his way into pit lane. Ooh, little tire lock up there you saw. That's going to leave the lead now to Tyler Vickery.
Yeah, Tyler Vickery running it real long here as he's really playing the fuel game, making sure he can get there.
Yeah, definitely not a bad position to be in, Kevin. You know, fuel is always a scary situation, and the better you can be in, the better.
And I mean, just look how spread out the field is now, Luke. I know I said there'd be lap traffic. There definitely has, and it's just going to get worse. Here comes Tyler Vickery. Behind him is David DeSilva. He's also coming in, and this is going to cycle things through, Luke.
I don't know if you saw it back there, Kevin, but just Vickery compared to AJ Benish there. I mean, the speed of these trucks the second they come out of the pits is insane.
I mean, we're talking 2-3 seconds difference just on the pace of the cars after 40 laps. So definitely something to think about. Those guys that pit early are anticipating that they might have to pit an extra time, but they think the time they'll make up pitting early there is going to make the difference here. So we're gonna see as everything cycles back through. It's gonna be Benish, then Hudson, then Penn, then Guild, then Smith. And look, it seems like AJ Benish put himself in a good pit stop there after getting in on lap 49. The question is going to be, is that going to be enough for him to two-stop it out here? He's trying to cut it as close as he can to save as much time as he can. But will it be enough out here?
And only time will tell out here, Kevin. We still got quite a bit of racing left out here. Still a lot of time for anything to happen. We could see another 4 cautions here at the end of this race. Who knows?
Absolutely. Yeah, Field's been able to close it in a little bit. And how about Connor Patton now going for the pass on Axel Smith? He looks to the outside there. We're going to have ourselves a battle here for 4th place.
Door to door going into turns 3 and 4.
like Patton's gonna have the speed to clear. He gets right around Axel Smith without wasting much time at all. Yeah, and look, with this being the season opener out here, a lot of these guys are going to have points on their mind. I mean, even if you're running 8th, ninth, 10th, and don't feel like you're gaining any time on the leaders out here, A, a caution could turn this thing upside down, but B, you gotta be, you gotta have the points on your mind because the past 2 seasons we've watched, I mean, that championship was just so close that every single point counts.
Yeah, it really does, Kevin. And to get a good one early like this would really put you in a good position for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And I don't know if I've mentioned it, but this is a 20 race season. Our previous ones were 10 races each. This is double that. So, I mean, you really have to think about, your course of the season, what tracks you want to mark on your calendar as ones you can get some serious points at, and what tracks you want to come out here and do a Hail Mary of a strategy.
AJ Benish just taking this thing for a walk right now.
Yeah, and I mean, we're just seeing car after car fall down a lap. We have 21 on the lead lap right now. But I mean, that's subject to change very quickly because he is out here wheeling. We're about 20 laps into this stint on tires, and this is where we start seeing some of the guys fade. We start seeing some of the guys excel. It's all about how they've saved those tires. And right now, AJ Bench seems to still be excelling because he's almost 4 laps up on second place. Or 4 seconds up, sorry.
So say.
almost halfway through this thing, Luke, and I mean, it has just amazed me how long we've been green here and how good this racing's been. I mean, it seems like everyone's been respectful out here. Everyone's been racing very cleanly, but it's not lack of entertainment. I mean, yeah, right now we're watching the leader run away from it, but I mean, we're really not if you just, you know, you think about the strategies that could still be being played out.
Yeah, and you really don't see that developed until later in the race. I mean, right now we could have a whole group of guys all working together right now, sandbagging it back in 10th place and back, and we don't even know about it right now. We think they're just getting their asses kicked. So it can really all reshape out here within the last 20 to 15 laps out here, let's say, and really turn the race on its head. So you really don't know what to expect out here this early on.
Alex Pin now has made it around Chris Hudson, and he's dug off about 4/10 of a second in the past 4 or 5 laps. So you never know. He could even be somebody to watch out here to make something happen. Be a little spoiler maker for AJ Benish.
You know, let's go on board here for the leader here for a lap or so and just kind of see what a good lap here looks like from him. And yeah, that's definitely going to be my FOV that's causing the super wide angle, everybody. I'd like to think this gives us a decent angle of what his wheel looks like and stuff like that, but the stretch monitor doesn't make it look the best. You know, we are officially at that halfway point now.
Slowly picking up the seconds. Oh, and the yellow flies. And I'm reading Cameron Stroop, Luke.
Uh-oh. We're seeing him slow below the apron right now across the tri-oval, and I'm going to go back and take a look at that one, as that's going to bring out a very interesting first caution out here right after the halfway point of this race.
Yeah, and it's gonna wad him up out here, and I don't know if that's what some of these guys wanted. Just coming out of that turn 4. It's a little too much
a
speed.
little too hot.
Unable to save it as he goes spinning around.
Ooh. Gets it off the track, though, and keeps it away from everyone else, but definitely caused enough of a swirl there for the caution to come up in the air. But man, that puts us in a very odd situation now, Kevin. As pit cycle has already went through, and that definitely shakes the ball up for some of these guys, maybe electing to take a longer pit strategy.
From the pits. It's also going to be a game of how cleanly these guys can get in and out of pit road.
You see them
Looks
all
like it's
making
gonna
their way
be.
out. As it cycles through right now, catching up to the pace car, Tyler Vickery is leading this thing. Maybe electing to stay out here, and yeah, this definitely shakes up this thing. First caution of the afternoon on here.
Yeah, and Luke, this is gonna make it so that the guys are still gonna have to pit again in this one, no matter what. I mean, it's a 51 lap window, give or take, and they're gonna have mid 70s left once we go green, high 70s left once we go green. So definitely gonna have to pit one more time after this one. So I'd imagine some of these guys are just gonna come out here and send it.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, Kevin. And what a beautiful afternoon out here on this track in Kentucky. This beautiful sunset. Gorgeous view out here across the tri-oval there. I gotta say, this is quite the beautiful track.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
A couple of the guys moving to catch up to your leaders. We're getting ready to go into turn 3. So we're going to be getting this thing rolling here this time by. But we're reading Cameron Stroop has crashed.
Uh-oh.
We got a little bit of time. Let's go back and take a look. Uh-oh.
Oh. We're green out here.
Green flag, we're green. And Tyler Vickery with the jump.
It's one of those things where it was a checkup and just not seen by the 007.
Mistakes are made, but we're green out here, and quite the jump here for Tyler Vickery. And you see all the guys fighting around back there in the back, fanning out, trying to get their lines figured out as we're seeing some 3-wide situations going on up there. Whew. Oh, man.
Three wide, shot through the middle on Logan Gill, and that's gonna stick. It's a nice move out there by the 86 car of Brett Stevens.
Ooh, another dangerous 3-wide split.
Yeah, Asheville looking for one.
Oh, and the
right
86 is
hard.
sideways. Oh! Oh, man. And as soon as we're green, we're back to pacing out here. Brett Stevens involved, Logan Gill, and Nick Donati all involved in that one. As we're going to have to go back and review that one.
Ooh, that was a big one, Luke. I mean, we've said it one time, we've said it a million times. Once it starts raining, it starts pouring. And that's a restart caution, and probably one that could be done without. Yes, sir, Devin. That was the first yellow, and we just saw the second. So it was a great, clean race leading up until you joined. So maybe some bad luck.
Just trying to analyze that one there as
Let me get an overhead, like a Yeah. Looks like
Split for the 3
right
wide.
now, I'd imagine the 93 gets a little loose. Yeah.
Starting to come up. That's Nick Donati. Gets up into the left rear quarter panel of Brett Stevens, causing him to get sideways, and rest is kind of history there. A couple hard hits for a couple drivers there, and very unfortunate turn of events. Regardless, we see all those involved in that one. Zabelski, Gill, Dargert, Stevens, and Kukas all making their way through the pits. Rest of the guys cycling through, and what a surprise, AJ Binish back on top.
Yeah, no shocker there, Luke. AJ Binish has taken command of this race, and he's trying his very best not to give it up.
They're going to start to pile back up here and get ready to run this thing once again. What's going on, Lisa? AJ
This around here,
Binish.
Luke.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, no better time than to once again thank our sponsor, Rock Pirates RC. If it's something you're interested in, take a look at our bio and give them a look. It's the best quality product you can find. Pace car will be coming in this time though, Luke, and it's gonna be AJ Binish in command, Alex Penn on his outside.
They're approaching the start zone out there, the Geico restart, and here we go. Once again, we are green. Tim Collier looking for that outside line there, maybe some momentum, but getting split there on the inside.
Yeah, a little 3 wide maneuver early. Oh, and up into the wall a little bit is Tim Collier.
They're filing in 2 wide most of the way back throughout. AJ Binish staying on top again. He's starting to. Oh, and the 24 sideways. That's Tyler Vickery.
The 124
124,
of Tyler
sorry.
Vickery hard into the inside wall. And that's going to bring out your third caution right away. Unfortunate for him. We're going to have to see that from an overhead to see what caused that. From his view, Kind of looked blind, but we're gonna have to go back and find out. It was Connor Patton behind him. Oh, and Connor just kind of hits him with the 1-2.
Yeah, a little
Luke,
bit.
thoughts on that one?
And none other than what we just saw. I mean, you really can't. It's a tough one to call there. I mean, you see Tyler maybe getting a little loose there on the exit, but I don't know. It's a tough one to call. We showed you as always. You know, you can be the judge there of that one, but we're seeing quite a few of the guys making their way across that little pit entrance, maybe a little fake pit there for some of the guys. We do see a couple of them going in. Brett Stevens, Brian Zabelski, and Tyler Vickery making their way through.
Yeah, no shocker for Brett Stevens and Tyler Vickery. They've both been involved in the past 2 incidents. We're gonna have about 58 laps of racing left when we go green here. So still in that area where I don't see them being able to make it to the end on one set of tires. Or one set of fuel, I guess.
What's going on, Bombshell? Pacing around out here for the third time this afternoon. And it seems Cameron Stroop entering an early retirement after this race.
I think he means retiring from the race, dumbass.
Ah. Tough to say. We're going to start to get filed up, and we're going to be going green this next time by. It's going to be lap 92 of 150 out here as this thing's going to start to wind down.
Gonna be going green this time by Luke. Any predictions? First prediction question of the season.
Boy. I mean, it's tough not to bet on AJ Benish out here. He's led the most laps of the afternoon, and I know you always say, it's not about who leads the most, but if I got to put my money on anybody right now, it's got to be him. What about you?
I gotta agree, and we'll get him dialed up here soon and see what he has to say about it, because he's probably pretty happy he's led this many laps.
Either way, the pace truck's in. They're going across the restart, and we are green out here once again at the start of lap 92.
Yeah, few cautions there very early off the restart after what was a very good long green run. See if these guys can pull it back together and see some green flag racing.
Seems a little bit of deja vu right now, Kevin. It's AJ Benish with the lead. Alex Penn hunting him down. Chris Hudson still back there in third place as well. Three of a very familiar front group up here in the front right now, as everyone's starting to file in and pick their lines.
Yeah, and a little bit of a move being made on Chris Hudson by Jeff Schmeier as he's going to look to the inside, take that third position.
Oh, we see some bumping going around back there. I mean, I believe that was Asher Little. Couldn't tell who else that was, but some bumping and dooring going on back there in the front.
Very tight run for second place up here. Asher Little pushing around Alex Penn.
You gotta imagine AJ Binish has a pretty nice battle view in his rearview mirror right about now.
Yeah, how about Jeff Schmeier? He's made his way all the way around up into second now.
Oh, and I see smoke in the back. Oh, shit.
And that one is...
Jay Dargert involved. I see...
Oh, Donati.
I believe Donati
involved.
as well.
Scotty Lanning involved.
Oh, no. And like you said earlier, Kevin, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, and it's pouring. Cats and dogs right now, Luke. Those who like the short run better than the long run, though, definitely looking out here.
Oh! Oh, man. That was a hard hit for Jay Darger. Let's go and watch the cockpit there. I don't think he had any bit of reaction time there.
Ooh. Can we go look at the overhead one more time and try to get a read on? Looks like he comes up into the 23, I won't lie.
Yeah, it appears that way. Either way, that's going to result in a blown motor, I believe, for... I believe that was either him or Donati. I couldn't tell. I heard it from somebody. Either way,
Well, Nick
that's...
Donati no longer in the session, so I'm gonna...
assume probably Nick Donati.
Yeah. Unfortunate for him.
Either way, that's going to be our fourth caution of the afternoon out here. And we have now officially entered triple digits on the lap
We've also
counter.
officially entered that window where guys can come in and put on a set of tires, fill up that tank, and make it to the end of this race. Now, in a perfect world, you probably don't want to, but you could.
Well, let me ask you, Kevin. You're in this situation right now. Let's say you're sitting in the top 10. What are you doing?
Sitting in the top 10, I'm doing it, and I'm probably... Man, I don't know. I'm saving as much tire as I can. I'm going to assume there's not going to be another caution because I don't know what else you can do. Another strategy that, I mean, this one's kind of a shot in the dark sort of strategy. What if these guys came in, took the tires, ran for 25 laps, came in again and took another set and just split it? A lot of different things these drivers have to be thinking about right now, Luke.
Definitely a lot of strategies on the table right now. AJ Binish cycles back to P7 after this after
Took
this
his
cycle.
pit.
So definitely took his pit, and a lot of different drivers on a lot of different strategies out here, no doubt.
Lights are off now, and it's going to be the command for the first time of the evening in the season of Jeff Schmeier, who had a great season last year.
And he's definitely looking to maybe snag one early, as many of the other drivers probably are as well. It's going to be an interesting one to start us off here again. It's going to be lap 102 of 150. Going through turns 3 and 4, the pace truck's going to be making its way off the track here shortly. There it goes, and here we go. Getting ready to go green out here. Jeff Schmeier with the command. There's the Geico restart. Flags in the air, and here we go. We are green once again.
Back to racing out here at Kentucky. It's starting to get dark out here. It's the witching hour with less than 50 to go. Asher Little lets Axel Smith in, and we're back to single file for the front four. That's going to be Schmeier, Smith, Little, and Patton.
Field fans out behind him.
Absolutely, they do. A couple of guys on fresh tires trying to put them to use, get their way back to the front.
One of which is likely going to be AJ Benish out here. Led the most laps trying to fight his way back up to the front, but we see a good 3 wide situation going on back there near the back.
A lot of different lines being used out here, Luke. This is where it gets very, very tight and very interesting. Some guys going into the wall a little bit.
Everyone holding it together, though.
AJ Benish now looking to the inside of Connor Patton. Axel Smith now your race leader as he makes it away around Jeff Schmeier. His teammate Asher Little trying to do the same thing. It's a Schmeier sandwich right now. Look, the hardest part's getting off the line here as far as the cautions flying go, and we're a few laps after that, so maybe these guys are ready to do some green flag racing again like we saw for the first 70-some laps of the race.
Yeah, and one can hope, Kevin, out here. I mean, as much as I love seeing a good wreck as much as the next guy, but I also really like seeing the strategy out here on these shorter tracks. I don't want to say short tracks, but shorter than what we're used to in terms of super speedways, so definitely adds a lot of strategy to the field, and I think it makes for a very interesting race. Oh, a little bumping going around right now for second and third place. Jeff Schmeier and Asher Little getting into it a little bit. But how about AJ Benish getting into the draft behind them now? He's made his way back up.
Yeah, and he's been fighting through the field, trying to get back up on those fresher tires, but the track position just wasn't there. He's now made his way back to the front.
Briefly looking at the inside there.
If you're AJ Benish and if you're any of the other guys, you know, trying to get to the end of this race, which is the majority of the field, you really have to continue to think about tire conservation. Because, yeah, it might be fun to get to the front now, but there's still 42 laps to go.
I mean, in my opinion, you do want to get up there in front where you won't, you know, lose the draft to these front guys in case it does stay out to be a green run, but at the same time, you don't want to be up there pressuring too hard just due to there still being quite a few laps left.
Absolutely.
AJ Benish now looking at the inside of Jeff Meyer. Doesn't quite have it yet.
.114 of 50, Luke. Not too much has changed. We're out here looking at your top 5. Smith, Da Silva, Cologne, Little, and Schmeier. Some of the guys have started to save a little bit more, where some of the guys are starting to really push it out here.
And, you know, we're starting to wind this thing down out here. Strategies are going to slowly start to form out here, and I think we're going to start to get an idea of what these guys are going for. I'd like to point out, Kevin, Miguel Colon and David De Silva have caught up to Axel Smith. They are knocking at his door.
Yeah, a good run for them, but maybe playing the short game a little bit more, expecting a caution. EA Supreme also rooting for Connor Patton. He's currently running 13th. He's been up front for a lot of the laps, though, this evening. Don't count him out. And Luke, you want to dial up the man who's led the most laps out here tonight? See what he has to say about this race?
I seem a better person to get an input from. Kevin, bring him on up.
Hey, AJ, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, I don't want to bug you too much, but you've led the most laps out here. You know what it's like to have the clean air, but now you're on a little bit different strategy than the guys running up front. How do you feel? You feel like you're saving enough to get around and secure yourself a win tonight?
Nah, without a caution, it's all Miguel and David got it with the fresh tires, but we get a caution, then who knows what happens. But otherwise, you know, we'll see me and Alex. It'll be a good battle for third place here if it goes green, so should be fun.
All right, absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck. We thank you for coming through and keep putting up those laps out there.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That was AJ Benish. Not too confident, but I mean, you know, look, these tires are fresh now, but there's still over 30 laps left, and they can wear down fast. Let me tell you, I know how to burn off a tire. So, let me tell you, I mean, if he's, you know, as good as we think he is at saving these tires, I still think he has a chance in this thing, even without a caution.
And as we always say, time will tell out here. And Miguel Colon out here with the fresh tires is really putting up some impressive laps now, Kevin, and he's really wheeling this thing.
Absolutely, he's got those fresh tires, and it seems like they're starting to run away from with it a little bit. But I mean, plenty of racing left, Luke. I have no clue what's gonna happen here. At 123, Luke, and it seems to be the same case. Only AJ Benish and Alex Penn have closed it up a little bit here over Cologne, Smith, and De Silva. Still a decently sizable gap, but it's very ebb and flow out here.
Yeah, and you're starting to see the guys behind Cologne kind of start to reel it in a little bit on him. But as soon as I say that, he takes off in the corner. It's, well, about like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, and just to reiterate on what AJ said, I mean, we saw the cautions around lap 80, and most of the guys came in and took their tires there, leaving them with one set to remain. So when the caution came on lap 100, most of the guys opted to not take that last tire set. They thought a caution's got to come in this last 50 laps, and it hasn't yet. And those who did take their tires there, which are just a few guys, are really looking good.
Yeah, and we're really seeing the difference out here with 25 laps to go. Cologne's really starting to pull away with this thing.
Yeah, De Silva also on the same strategy, only a second back. Could go either way.
Either way, like I was saying, I mean, like we said earlier in the race, Kevin, I mean, it's not about who leads the most, it's who's got the better truck coming out of the last one. Axel Smith going into the pits now.
Yeah, maybe trying that strategy I was talking about where,
Same with
you
Asher
know,
Little and Ray
you burn them
Partridge.
off, and then you take your last set with 25 to go, and you just go out there and give it hell. It's not a bad strategy, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, not too many options left at this point. Got to make something happen to try to make up a couple positions if you can. All the guys cycling out of the pits now.
Yeah, and that's going to put them a lap down here with a lot of work to do and not a lot of laps.
But like we were saying, you got to try something.
AJ Benish has it within 3 seconds right now, but it's a very slow game with 20 laps to go. I think he's just hoping Miguel and David De Silva both burn off their tires very fast. $19 to go here. Miguel Cologne's still leading this thing. David De Silva still lurking in the shadows, and AJ Benish closing it up very slowly, getting a 10th here, a 10th there. It's gonna be close. Good lap for David De Silva though, as he's gaining a little bit now on Miguel Cologne. Miguel Cologne still turning the best laps out here. David De Silva slowly closing in. Guy to watch, in my opinion, might still be AJ Benish. I mean, these guys up front, the 1 and 2, have really been pushing these tires. 3 and 4 have been, easing off, laying low, but they have super old tires out here. It's going to be an interesting one, as we are now at 16 to go.
De Silva slowly reeling in that time.
Yeah, and how about AJ Benish and Alex Pin? They're only 4 tenths off each other. They've been battling all night. With 15 to go. I mean, absolutely nearing the end. Everyone's doing everything they can to get just a couple positions here and there. As Axel Smith on that fresh set of tires on that new strategy, flying through, able to pass Alex Pin with ease, trying to get his lap back.
Line up on that outside line. He has got so much speed.
Yeah, and he's just, I mean, really pushing it just to, at the very least, end the night on the lead lap. Jeff Schmeier opting to take his pit now. De Silva has closed the gap. He's only 4 tenths off. And he is right there, Luke.
Oh, yeah.
David De
Battles
Silva
now.
looking inside. It's 12 to go. Still plenty of racing left. And unfortunately, AJ Benish just isn't closing the gap. He's, at this point, probably praying for a caution. Whereas if you're Miguel Colon or David De Silva, you are just hoping this thing stays green. Here comes Axel Smith to get his lap back.
At the inside. It's going to give De Silva a perfect lane to maybe get a little bit of draft here. Going to get his nose in there on the 87 through the turns. He's not going to quite have it there on the exit.
Well held by Miguel Colon there.
Wow.
De Silva's trying to find any way around with 11 to go.
And you know, every
It's getting real.
lap De Silva tries to make that pass, that's a little more tire wear that he's getting that De Silva isn't. Or that Colon isn't.
Yeah, just all about who can save him more. I mean, we still have 10 laps, which if you go out there on the track and you test these things out, it seems like an eternity. I mean, just after 10 laps, you'll lose half a second of pace, and we still have 10 laps left in this race, so who knows what could happen. And that's even to say we're staying green out here.
Yeah, it's still completely up in the air out here. But as it stands, Miguel Colon and David De Silva out here, they are in a tight battle out here for the lead, as we are now down to single digits on the lap counter.
Silva's gonna file back in behind Colon. Gonna try to get a run off him on the backstretch with 9 to go. He looks low again. Colon's been making that second line really work. As he tries to put his nose in there, and he's... Oh, and...
Not quite going to have it again.
Ooh,
Oh,
a
boy.
little bit of contact there. Maybe netcode contact, if I'm being honest. But nonetheless, not going to have it this time around. Miguel lives to see another day. De Silva trying to get his nose down there. Once again, just not there.
Boy, just watching the overhead here really gives you a good representation of how close these guys are driving to each other.
Driving their heart out, and it's given AJ Benish time to make up some time.
Oh, boy. Oh, man.
A little bit of a block there thrown by Miguel Colon.
Ooh, boy. Oh, no, and some blinking going on by the 55. He's going to have a ton of speed. He's going to be through.
He's going to be able to get around off the blink. Maybe our end?
Hopefully not. Either way, he's got a lot of speed now.
Yeah, he's got that clean air now, and I think he likes it.
Oh, man, he's getting a good run here.
Some troubles now for Miguel Colon as he's fading fast. Now under 2 seconds away from AJ Benish. He could lose another spot here. Or he could find his speed back and he could gain it back. I mean, we really have no idea how these guys are feeling inside these cockpits.
With just 6 laps to go, if you're David De Silva, you're just crossing your fingers and
Yeah.
hoping this thing stays green. Down to 5. The gap between De Silva and Cologne is now starting to extend.
Five to go out here. AJ Benish and Alex Pin are now tied on each other, but they have both lost a little bit of time on the front two. It's not looking good for their case to catch. 4 laps to go, the 55 out front.
Battle for third still looms. There's still 3 vehicles up there, all competing for that position.
Yeah, AJ Benish trying to keep it away from Alex Penn so he can at least get a podium.
I think David De Silva might be able to walk this one away if he keeps this straight and clean. Seems Cologne is losing speed fast.
Cologne losing speed fast. Only 2 to go out here. De Silva just trying to hang on to it. He goes through 3 and 4.
The field's wide open, Kevin. I think he just might have this one.
He's just trying to get to the white flag.
There it
White
is.
flag is out. 1 lap to go for David De Silva in the opener of Season 3. Miguel Colon behind him, but he's not that close. The 55 just has to hang on to it. No mistakes here for 2 more turns.
Here he comes out of the exit of 4, getting ready to come through the tri-oval. David De Silva is going to take the first one home out here with the CMS Truck Series at Kentucky.
Wow, what a win for De Silva. What a win for the team. And I'm sure he's going to burn the place down in his CMS debut.
And what a good win for David De Silva.
Great race for him. I mean, it's all about the strategy.
As De Silva burns this place to the ground, here's your unofficial results. David De Silva getting credited with the win, Miguel Colon getting second, AJ Benish finishing in the podium at the top 3, Alex Penn in 4th, Chris Hudson in 5th. Just to round out your top 5 and many more to follow. I see what is that, 12 cars finishing on the lead lap out here. And boy, was it an exciting race out here. And David De Silva burning the house down.
All right, look, I'm going to head over and get ready for some interviews out here.
Yeah, let's get him rolling.
What a race, Luke. I mean, start to finish, we had the green flag stops, we had the long runs, and then we had a little bit of a caution fest, but then they pulled it together and we saw some good racing there at the end. A strategy win for David DeSilva. What'd you think of the race, Luke?
You know, Kevin, being one of my first handful of times watching the track out here, it was an exciting one. It wasn't as much of a shorter track as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be way shorter of a track out here. It was a lot more long open stretch runs, and I thought it made for a very, very exciting race. What about you?
I gotta agree. I mean, it seems like we had a little bit of everything there. I know some drivers are going to be bummed out with the finish as we saw only 12 end on the lead lap out here, but nonetheless, it was a blast. And I'm going to get these interviews started with your third place finisher, who I thought had the speed to win it all, AJ Benish. Hey, AJ, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, you led the most laps out there. I know most of these races come down to it, and you played the tire lottery. Expected a caution to come out in those last 50 laps, and it never came. You want to talk us through the thought process there on the strategy?
Yeah, for me it was kind of I guess a no-brainer. I was kind of like, I can't put tires on going through cautions. If we get another caution, you're kind of dead out here. The Kentucky's kind of a tire wear track, although it doesn't really seem like it until you start running 3 and 4 a bunch. But was hoping we gonna make another, and then actually started that run, and I was like, maybe no one else took tires, and I got a shot. And then all of a sudden, I saw Miguel and David come flying up, and I went, nope, we don't got a shot. But
Yeah, and just a couple of them went out on that strategy, and it was a Hail Mary, and it was unfortunately successful for you. A great run though, and kind of a statement to start the season off. I mean, you led the most laps out here. You got a lot of screen time, and I mean the trucks seem fast. I mean, do you think you can take the momentum you got from tonight and move forward into next week?
hopefully, I know Kentucky's one of my better tracks because I probably run it probably maybe more than anyone in the trucks, just since it's not on the official schedule very often. So um, I kind of thought I'd have a pretty good truck, and we are pretty fast. Alex was right on my tail the whole time and was catching me at the end of runs. So if it stayed green, it was going to be a heck of a finish. Chris was right up there catching up too, so it's gonna be fun, and it still was fun. Great, great race with strategy coming in.
Absolutely. Well, as always, we appreciate it. AJ, anyone you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Just appreciate you guys running the stream, Tim running everything. Appreciate him listening to me and putting Kentucky on the schedule for the year. Made my day, so I'm looking forward to the rest of them.
Absolutely. Thank you, AJ. That was AJ Benish finishing P3 out here. A strong night for him. Look, I'm going to go bug the race winner and get him to come over here.
Sounds good, Kevin. We'll see when you get back over here.
Next interview we're going to get is going to be your race winner, David DeSilva. David, do you have a copy?
Oh, barely, yeah.
And what a race that was. I mean, just nailed the strategy. Like I said earlier, it's kind of a Hail Mary, but it was caught, and you were able to get around Miguel there at the end and get yourself a win in your CMS debut. You want to tell us how that felt?
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest with you. I started P8 right from the start. My ultimate goal was just tire saving. I knew a lot of these guys, based on the practice laps, were going to be they were going to be pushing a lot straight straight out of the box, and I just knew that if I saved my tires, I would have a better chance at the end there. And there was that one caution that started it all, and I chose to stay out, unlike everybody else. So I would ensure I had at least one extra set towards the end. And with that final caution, I couldn't have done it without Alex Penn. With that final caution in the call, he told me, "Come into the pits, take tires now. I don't know if there's going to be any more till the end." And I listened to him, and started P15. I was pretty much in the back most of the race, but I knew there was going to be that one time, that one moment where I had the chance to shine. And when all those guys were on their slightly older tires, I just decided to let it rip, and couldn't have timed it more better.
Absolutely, and a great race for you, great race for the team. You and your teammate Alex Penn got a 1-4 there tonight, which is going to be very good for the points going into Las Vegas. How do you feel you're going to do there?
Uh, I definitely am probably not gonna luck out as much as I did here. But I guess today I proved anything's possible, and gonna hope for the same next week.
Absolutely, we appreciate you, David. Congratulations on getting the checkered flag out here. And you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, my family who always keeps me running these races with thankfully good internet and a really nice sim, and you guys up here in the broadcast booth. Uh,
Hey, we appreciate it, David, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
That was David De Silva, able to get one here in his CMS debut. Going to be leading the season in points now going into week 2 at Vegas. I think that's going to about do it for our top 3 interviews. Give me 1 second. I was going to try to get Connor in here. Hey, Connor, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, man, first off, I want to talk about the race. I know you probably don't, but I want to point out that you had the fastest practice and then you had the fastest practice race on Friday. So the car was there. It seems like you got caught in some stuff that you didn't want to get caught in. You want to talk us through how it went?
Yeah. Friday night practice was good. It was fast. Um, that just went really well. Strategy was good, and then moving into tonight, I used the same tire management going into tonight, and it was working out really well. Um, I was running top 5 for a long time, all the way up to I think around lap 90 or so, and yeah, I got new tires, got behind Tyler Vickery, and I was doing laps and kept coming up on him, and he was on older tires than me. So I kept having to brake for him and couldn't get around him, and then I did that for a couple laps, and finally went into turn 1 and 2 with him, and had to get on the brakes again behind him. Couldn't get around him, and I didn't brake quite enough, and just barely tapped him and sent him around. So sorry to Tyler for that. Apologize about that. Just bad braking judgment on my end. And then after that, that was enough to give me a good amount of front end damage and slowed my car down a lot. So I got down to lap 119, which put me back into my tire window, and pitted to go fix the damage and get tires. And I figured that people would be pitting in the next 40 laps because people are going to need tires and some people might need fuel. So I figured I'd be able to get back on the lead lap. And it just, I don't know. Apparently, no one needed to pit and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was just a frustrating night. Was doing super good, and it kind of just all went to crap. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick before we let you go, tell me a little bit about the sponsor tonight, Rock Pirates RC.
Yeah, Rock Parts RC. It's my family and I's company. We make aftermarket performance parts for radio controlled rock crawlers like Axial, Vanquish trucks, Red Cat, Traxxas, Element, all these different trucks. So yeah, we make aftermarket performance products for those and some bodies and stuff. So we just make all kinds of aftermarket stuff to kind of bring to life some of these RC crawlers as far as performance goes.
Absolutely. Well, I put in the socials in the chat. We appreciate you sponsoring tonight. Always a good time to have you out here. Unfortunate it couldn't go your way, but a lot of speed, and we look forward to seeing what you got at Vegas, Connor.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for doing the stream, announcing everything. I appreciate you guys doing this.
Hey, we appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too. See you, man.
Yep. That was Connor Patton. A fast night to start it, and then just downhill from there, unfortunately, but showed a lot of speed. Last guy I want to get in, I know I said I was done with the top 3, but I didn't get to Miguel, and he's here now, so I got to talk to Miguel. Oh, shit. Wrong person. Hey, Miguel, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, I copy, guys.
Hey, man, how about that race? It seems like you and David hit the nail on the head with the strategy. You want to talk me through what made you make that decision to put your last set on with about 50 laps to go?
It was just a very gamble at that point. We already had like three cautions in a row, so I was just gambling. Like I hope everybody was like having enough with throwing quick questions. So honestly, I was like, let me take those tires. We know full of fuel, we're gonna be good to go to the end. So at the early stage, I was kind of easy on my pace, just to try to keep the tires in case a caution came up within 10 laps of the stint. And what I saw didn't happen. Then I started pushing a little harder, but at the same time, kind of saving fuel because it was kind of tight if I was pushing too hard. But man, first this track I have never rode it before, so I'm no practice, so it didn't help neither. But David, he nailed it down, understanding which lane was the faster lane that also could save you tires for the end. After looking at what he was doing in my rear view mirror, what I was doing, I noticed like 3 and 4 going high in the in the entry. It was not good for the tires in the long run. So I feel like he had a better strategy at that point. So kudos to him on that piece of knowing more the track. But man, yeah, good battle. And then I saw him coming. I tried to hold him a little bit, a couple times in the inside, taking his line away. But like I thought that we were gonna crash at once, but that's part of the racing. But all clean, nice, good racing with him.
Absolutely. And, once we kind of thought that strategy was going to start playing out with, 10, 15 to go, all the eyes were on you and David. And I got to ask, I mean, in hindsight, is there anything you would have done differently to try to defend David a little bit more to get the win? Or did you just, understand that it probably wasn't happening and second place was better than wrecking?
No, I think we're kind of like 15, 20 to go. I saw that he started closing to me, and then I think I dragged the wall in the entry in turn one, and he was able to close out more the gap. From that point forward, I was like, okay, now I'm kind of in the back foot, so I'm just trying to see where I could take away his fast lane. He was very fast going entry in one. I didn't practice for that, so I couldn't push too hard going into the entry. And then 3 and 4, I think he had an advantage by be able to keep it low. I tried, but I couldn't keep it low and carry the same speed that he was doing. So it was just matter of time for him to get a good run on me, and I know he was gonna be gone. I didn't have anything for him at that point.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you coming by, talking us through it. Great finish for you, regardless, getting a second place on the podium out here in the season opener. A lot of momentum. Looking forward into 19 more races this season. So, congratulations on that, and we look forward to seeing what you have in the future, Miguel. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
No, I wanna thank the guys to you guys for the stream, also the CMS guys for keep the league going. I know it's gonna be a long season. I may be able to join a couple more races depending on family activities and other stuff on Sundays. But I always have fun coming here and racing with the guys, so I really enjoy. So thank you, you guys, for everything.
Hey, we appreciate it, and congratulations, Miguel.
Thank you.
That was Miguel Colon getting it done out here with a P2 finish, Luke, and that's going to about round up the interviews. A great race. I mean, we already talked about it before the interview started, but it had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and that it did, Kevin, and it was an exciting one out here. David De Silva managing to bring it home out here, and a strong finish for Miguel Colon out here with a P2, and AJ Benish rounding it out with a solid P3 on the podium. It was an exciting race. We got a little bit of everything, like you said. Got that long caution stretch we were kind of anticipating out there, a little rains of pours moment, but a lot of green stretch racing out here, and it made for an all around exciting race.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what can happen next week at Las Vegas because that's another great track, one of my favorites. And if I remember correctly, last CMS race we had was 2 seasons ago, and it was a photo finish. So excited for Las Vegas. I think as far as our schedule, that's really all we have planned. We have a couple things coming up in the money racing community, but nothing in the next few days. So you want to close this out, Luke? Because I think that'll about do it.
Yeah, and big thanks to the organizers for putting this one on. Tim and all the other guys over there at CMS. Thanks for putting on the Sunday Truck Series. We always love it, and we look forward to going on out here in the future, and an exciting season. Big thanks to all the drivers out here for making an exciting one for us, and thanks to the viewers for watching. We'll see you guys all in the next one. Good night, race fans.
Peace.